Hey, 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 what's up? What's up? Welcome back to Shasta Speaks. I'm bringing y'all some news this time, and it's not the best news, but you know, it's what's going on in the world. And if we are nothing else, we have to make sure that we are informed of what's going on. I mean, that's why I say when you come over here on my channel, you might get some reality TV stuff, you might get some hot topics, some gossip, and then you might get some real, some a little bit of some real ish too. And so this is what is categorized as real ish. Like this is what's happening in the world currently. Okay. So I got two um pretty much cases that I am going to talk about really quickly. As always, everything discussed on my channel is alleged. It's in my very own opinion. Most of it is for entertainment purposes only. Um, so I don't know if you guys are aware, but on the screen, I've got the twin brothers, Kadir and Nazir Lewis. So they were found unalived in Georgia at the top of Bell Mountain, which is in Hiwassee, Georgia. Now, let me tell you what's crazy about that. These these babies was supposed to be in Boston. They were supposed to be in Boston. They were 19 years old. They were going to Boston to visit a friend or some friends. They missed their flight and end up dead on the top of Lord, I said unalive on the top of a um mountain 90 miles away from where they live. They're from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Bell Mountain, which is in again Hiwassee, Georgia, is 90 miles away from where they even live. And they were at the top of that mountain and they had been shot. And so the authorities are trying to, we're trying to say it was a murder in a, sewer, that they did it themselves type of thing. And the family is having to push back and it's like, no, they wouldn't do that. They were twin brothers. They were very protective of each other. They were very close. They had a very strong support system. Like, there's no reason in the world that they would do that to each other. And so, they're saying, that an autopsy has been done, that they are, doing some other forensic testing and some other investigative work before they make a final determination of what happened. But I'm like, how in the world? What in the world? It don't even make sense. The aunties and the uncle and all them, they was on the news and they pretty much like they wouldn't have been up there on that mountain. They, hold on, y'all. Let me just let y'all hear this right here. Let me let y'all hear the hopefully it doesn't play an ad. Let's see what it does. But the family is like, they wouldn't have been up on that mountain. They didn't know nothing about Bell Mountain. They didn't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. And they just ain't nowhere where they would be. So they pretty much like they not going for it. Um, and they're making them test all this again. But that's a commercial. Hold on. See. Okay.
A mystery on Bell Mountain. The bodies of twin brothers found in Towns County near the North Carolina line, 90 miles from their home in Lawrenceville. The GBI initially investigating this as a murder-suicide, but tonight the family says they're not buying it. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn spoke with them just a few hours ago. He's live for us in our newsroom with more on this investigation and what the family has to say, Cody.
Well, Jennifer, the brothers Kydir and Nazir Lewis were twins. The GBI says a hiker found their bodies at the top of Bell Mountain on Saturday morning. Both had been shot. The family couldn't believe it when they got the call hours later, knowing the twin brothers were supposed to be in Boston visiting friends.
We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened to the twins.
Nazir and Kydir Lewis.
Those my nephews.
Just a few weeks shy of their 20th birthday.
I can get past it. They're gone.
The twins' uncle, Raheem Bronner.
They're very protective of each other. They love each other. They're like inseparable. So I couldn't imagine them hurting each other because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
The GBI saying their preliminary investigation points to the twins' death being a murder-suicide.
We knew right away that wasn't true.
Family says the twins had a 7 a.m. flight to Boston last Friday.
Right there, we never heard from them. They missed their flight. We don't know what happened.
24 hours later, the twins' body found 90 miles away.
How they end out in the mountains, they don't hike out there. They've never even been out there. They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountains. So how did they end up right there?
A mystery this family is trying to solve.
They had a huge support system. Like, we know them that they wouldn't do anything like this. So to say that they did this to each other when they come from a family of love, they love each other, they always together, I don't believe that. They didn't do this to each other. Something happened in those mountains, and we want answers.
I did reach out to the GBI tonight. A spokesperson says the twins' autopsies is finished, but they're awaiting additional forensic testing to be finished, as well as the investigation portion of this before they issue a final ruling on the brothers' causes of death.
Y'all, I listen. That is extremely.
That if you want to catch us talking to you,
that is extremely scary. Number one. And number two, it puts you in the mind of the incident with the other young man in Georgia. I think his name, maybe Kendrick. I think his name was Kendrick something. I can't remember his last name, but that got Kendrick Johnson. That's his name, Kendrick Johnson, that was found, rolled up in that gym mat. And I just remember that pretty much that whole case was kind of pushed up under, no one's ever been charged or anything with what happened to him. And if I remember correctly, because I remember watching a movie about it that was put out, I think, on Amazon Prime. I feel like his organs were even missing. Like, it was just crazy. It was crazy. And they were trying to say that he had fell in the mat and rolled himself up in the mat. And so I know this isn't exactly the same, but it just puts you in the mind of strange things happening out here. The other thing is, I looked up Hiwassee, Georgia. I think Hiwassee, Georgia is also a sundown town. If you don't know what a sundown town is, look it up. Just look it up. And for people of color, if you are, around the sundown town or anything like that, you just have to be extremely careful, because there are still places that believe a certain way, and you have to be really careful. And so this whole thing with these twins right now, that's the most up-to-date information, but I'm definitely going to be keeping up with this because that is just crazy to me. Like all the way at the top of a mountain, it doesn't make sense. The other part of this that's even stranger is that there's a volunteer firefighter that took photos of the crime scene and was sharing the photos. He took photos of the bodies and was sharing them. And even some I think they said some high school kids even, you know, um had seen these pictures. And it's like, what? And I'm telling you, the whole thing is just some ain't right with it. Something is not right with it. I don't know if that fireman is, know something, or I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but what I'm saying is people just be careful because it's strange. It's strange stuff going on. But yes, I've added this. I have a list. I have a list of cases that I'm pretty much just trying to follow because we shoot the shit and play and laugh and joke about certain stuff, but then also in the midst of that, it's some real issue going on out here that I just feel like people need to know about too. So, all right. The other thing is this right here. Now, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but the people on the screen are husband and wife. And basically, the woman, which her name, uh, what was her name? Her last name is Brinson. Um, Gosh, what was her first name? She's married. She's married to him. His name is David. Her name, I think, is Stephanie. Her name is yes, her name is Stephanie Brinson. This happened out in California. Stephanie was 62 and he is 54. Okay. So check this out. So this man, David Brinson, has been incarcerated for 30 plus years. I think this year is going to make 31 years that he has been incarcerated. Now, why is he incarcerated? Let me tell you. He's incarcerated for unaliving four men in a robbery. He was trying to rob this man because he thought he had some drugs. And so him and two other accomplices went to rob him. And the man was there, and three other men were there watching a game or whatever. And him and his compadres came in there to rob him, child. Didn't even have no real drugs or nothing. All he got was a little bit of weed, child. But he done killed these four men execution style. Okay? He has, yeah, took them out of here execution style. Okay. Stephanie, all I can figure, and I have looked all around on here to find some more information, and I really can't. All I know is that Stephanie was 62 and Stephanie was well known in the community. She was a business owner. She had, I think they said she had a beauty shop. She has 2 children. Liked by everybody in the community. Not, just all around, from all accounts, good person with a good heart. Got tied up with him. Now, the only thing I can think is maybe she had got lonely. I, listen, I don't even want to speculate because I really don't understand how you get lonely to the point to where you look for a prison break. That's just me. I'm not judging nobody. But just looking at her, she is a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they said she had pretty much everything going for her. And how she got tied up with him, I don't know. But from what I've seen and trying to put this together, she got with him while he was already in prison and ended up marrying him, I think back in like 2019 or something. Well, she went and they had a conjugal visit, child. At 2 something, he calls the officers and tells them that she don't stop breathing. And so they come in and try to do the CPR, different things on her, and she don't come back. They end up pronouncing her unalive. Come to find out, this all happened in November. Come to find out, this man then strangled her at the conjugal visit, y'all. So these conjugal visits that they have, family visits, right? It's through the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. It's family visits. And they said those family visits occur in private apartment-like facilities that are still on the prison grounds, but they last from 30 to 40 hours. So these people get to, go and have a little taste of just regular life for 30 to 40 hours with their family. Okay? Um When I tell you that this man has unalived her at the conjugal visit, and I'm just trying to figure out what provoked it. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even think it's worth trying to figure it out because anything could have triggered it. The visit getting ready to come to an end, and him knowing that she was able to go back out into the free world, and he in there for the rest of his life because he's in there on 4 life sentences plus 20 years. He's never, with no possibility of parole. This man literally is going to die in prison. He will never get out. Which is exactly why I'm right back where I started with. Why would she? Why? I don't understand that. Like, because if he just I'm telling you, I just feel like if he in his mind was like, she finna be back out here in the free world, and you know what I'm saying? She could have been laying there asleep beside him, and he just decided that I'm not finna let you go. I'm not finna let you go. I can't never be out there with you, and I'm not finna let you go. Like, it literally could have been that. I don't. Oh, child. So yeah. It was just, I saw that, and that was just one of them things where I was like, what in the entire world? So now you got a family out here that's, trying to get through this. Like I said, she got 2 sons, and other family members, and they don't have to start a GoFundMe and all this and that. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And I don't want to sound like because I get it. Like as women, we want to be loved and we want all these things. And I know sometimes loneliness or whatever can make you move in a way that you wouldn't typically move. But for someone who has so much going for herself, I feel like he would have been like a freaking anchor on her, holding her back from being able to do what she wanted to do. And he was never getting out. So it's one thing to be sitting there writing these men letters, just writing them letters and saying, trying to keep them motivated just to go from day to day. It's a whole nother something to marry him and take your ass up there and do a conjugal visit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, knowing that you done unalive 4 people, sir, I don't want to be alone with you. But I'm sad. I know. I would not have ever been comfortable. This man, 4 people, 4 people about some weed. I'm not finna be nowhere in no close proximity of you by myself, sir. I'm all right. You hear me? I'm all right. I'm all right, y'all. I okay. But I don't know, but rest in peace, Stephanie. I mean, I don't, baby, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But that's my 2 news topics. Now, I for him, I'm not even really finna follow this because they probably gonna charge him. Just gonna add another life sentence to the already 4 he got in 20, like he already ain't coming out. So it don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like just tack on another one. Like he literally has nothing to lose or gain. He just child, I don't know. Anyway, y'all, drop down comments. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all knew about these stories. Let me know if there's stories that y'all know about that y'all didn't heard that I may have missed or whatever. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do smash that subscribe button. Subscribe to your girl. Because like I said, it's a vibe over here. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay. And make sure you got your notifications turned on so you know when I post new videos. And I'm going to holla at y'all on the next one.